Hello everyone. Have you ever noticed some flags are almost identical? The same colors, the same stripes, the same symbols, but each one comes from a completely different history. So, are these similarities just a coincidence or a hidden connection to the past? In some countries, even touching a flag is considered sacred, while in others, those colors represent blood, freedom, or a revolution. Behind these seemingly ordinary pieces of fabric lies a centuries-old story. And soon, we will explore the hidden history of the flags we wave today. What makes a flag powerful? Can we correctly interpret the colors and symbols of flags? Can we learn the mysterious secrets of countries' histories? What really makes a flag powerful? We can list this in a few points. In his book, Good Flag, Bad Flag, Ted Kaye listed 5 things that make a flag powerful. 1. Think simply. The most important characteristic of a flag is its simplicity. After almost everyone has seen it once, the country's flag should be redrawn. 2. Use meaningful symbolism. As I said before, a flag potentially represents a nation, so it's important to have a symbol that represents all millions of people. I'll show all of them with examples later in the video. 3. Use 2 or 3 basic colors from a standard color set. The standard colors are red, white, blue, green, yellow, and black. Flags use 2 or 3 of these colors. Using more than 3 can make the flag complex. 4. No inscriptions or seals should be used. The flag is intended to be seen from a distance. It will likely be hung atop an old castle or the tallest building in the country, so inscriptions or seals cannot be applied from such a distance. Flags should not have these. 5. It should be distinctive or attractive. The flag should be unique and instantly recognizable from other flags. If there are any similarities, this should be historical. For example, the flags of Cyprus and Turkey are very similar because they are essentially the same nation. None of these are the only ways to design a flag. Yes, but the most powerful flags perfectly comply with these principles. For example, one of my favorites is the Ukrainian flag. It uses 2 colors from the Ukrainian standard color palette, and in fact, these colors are Ukraine itself. The yellow wheat fields and the blue sky are just 2 colors, depicting the entire geography of Ukraine. The same situation exists during Estonian holidays. The Estonian flag is actually boring. It consists of horizontally drawn, flying colors. But the Estonian flag is one of the strongest flags. These 3 colors depict the country's winter landscape. Blue is the sky, black is the forest, and white is the snow. There's something missing from these articles: the shape of the flags. Almost every country in the world uses a rectangular flag with a ratio of 2 to 3. There are 2 countries that use the black flag with a ratio of 1 to 1: Switzerland and the Vatican. Let's turn it all upside down. There's another country that chooses to be completely different. What's the fortune? Its shape is different from all flags, and its true symbolism is its shape. We can describe these triangles as 2 or 3 kilos, placed side by side like this. Of course, it's not just a random choice. What they do symbolizes. So, the flag's shape tells us about the geography of taste. At the same time, these 2 triangles represent the country's 2 religious symbols, one Hinduism and the other Buddhism. Even though it's not a country, I wanted to show you this flag. The flag of the American city of Ohio is asymmetrical. Another country's flag that is different from the others is Paraguay. The country's coat of arms is in the middle of the red, white, and blue stripes. The different thing is that it is on the roadside. There is a different coat of arms on the front and a different coat of arms on the back, but there is another flag with this feature. I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, the flag of the American state of Oregon, which breaks all the rules. On the front of the flag, there is the state seal, its name and its date, and on the back, there is a beaver. Now, instead of turning the flags upside down, let's try turning them upside down. This is exactly what we should do with the Philippine flag when there is a war. The flag is designed symmetrically. When turned upside down, only the red and blue change places. Blue represents peace and injustice. This red represents patriotism and courage. In normal times, blue is on top in the flag. In war, red is on top. Did you notice? This flag has 4 colors. Those clever rules told us that there should be a maximum of 3 colors. Actually, there are many countries for this rule. For example, Belize. I can't even count how many colors there are by car. Also, me too. The only flag with a human figure on its flag is the Troika flag. Countries that go overboard with colors are green, yellow, black, red, blue, purple, and brown. There are exactly 7 colors, and Dominica is the only country with purple in its flag. And one of my favorite flags is the flag of Jamaica, the only flag without red, white, and blue. The yellow, green, and black colors symbolize the land of its name, lush green vegetation, and the yellow Sunday. Now, I know some of us will comment that there is no red, white, and blue on the Mauritania holiday. In 2017, Mauritania added a red band on each side of its flag. Some flags are unique, while others are very similar. For example, Romanian flags with flags. Romania was the first to have this flag. Wait a minute, let's fool you. It looks very similar on holidays too. If we take it to the state end of Pandora, almost all 3 flags are the same. Onokoma, Indonesia has the same situation. It's half red and half white. Monaco was the first to use this flag in 1881. It started using it in Indonesia in 1945. He admitted the situation, but no one really cared. Now let's make Monaco a little unhappy. Let's add a crescent and a few stars to the corner and make a Singapore flag, or turn it upside down and make a Polish flag. Actually, there were 2 other countries that used the same flag in the past, Haiti and Liechtenstein, which use red and blue flags. This coincidence was first noticed at the opening ceremony of the 1936 Olympic Games. After this Olympics, Liechtenstein-Bayram followed up. Let's add a symbol now. Let's move on to a few flag groups. Was the Ottoman Empire the only Hajj in the Arab world until 1916? All Arabs lived under the red and white flag. They took advantage of the Ottoman Empire's weakness and launched the Arab Revolt in 1916, which lasted until 1918. You see the same colors in the flags Arabs use today: red, black, white, and green. Black, green, and white are the colors of money psychology. In other words, they are the colors of the ideology that says all Arabs should live under one roof. This flag you see is the flag of rebellion that Arabs used against the Turks. It was drawn by British diplomat Max Sakis. Now, let's look at the flags of today's Arab countries: Iraq, Palestine, Syria, Libya, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. They use the colors by changing the placement and some shapes. Let's move on to another group of flags: red, white, and blue flags. You see these flags a lot in Slavic countries because these colors are mostly our colors. Russia's flag also contains these colors directly. This rejection advocates that Slavic people should live under one roof. You can see the same situation in Africa. Green, yellow, and red are the colors most African countries use in their flags. In fact, this is a moment of respect. Ethiopia managed to remain independent throughout the Europeans' lifetime in Africa. Let's pay tribute to Africa. There's a country here that copies the American flag: Liberia. Both its flag and constitution are based on the United States because Libya was founded by African Americans. The district flags in Libya are a bit strange. I don't mean any disrespect to any country, but this flag looks like it was drawn by a first-year graphic design student. Changing a country's flag is usually a very important decision because the flag is a symbol of a nation. New Zealand decided to change it on a holiday in 2016. They held 2 different referendums for this. In the first referendum, the new flag was chosen. So, in this holiday, in the second referendum, the old and the new flag were chosen. Yes, a choice was made, and the majority of the people chose the old flag. So, New Zealand could not change its flag. There is also a country that constantly changes its flag, Afghanistan, in the 20th century. It has changed its flag at least 18 times. It has changed its flag 5 times between 2000 and 2022. The oldest flag in the world is the Danish flag. Officially, there is a Guinness World Record. They have been using the exact same flag since 1625. There are 4 other countries that use this Scandinavian flag on a red background: Norway, Sweden, Iceland, and Finland. The most striking flag here is the Norwegian flag, because this flag is actually the flag of 9 countries. Let me explain what I mean. If we take the blue and white part here, it becomes the flag of France. Similarly, we can make the Dutch flag from the horizontal part. Of course, we can find the flags of Indonesia and Monaco here. Since the same colors are below, it's not too difficult to find the Polish flag either. Let's mark the Scandinavian cross in the middle section so we can find the flag of Finland. If we take a large piece like this shows the flag of Thailand. The next flag is the Turkish flag. Rumor has it that the Turkish flag was designed in 1948. The enemy suffered a heavy defeat. In the Kosovo War, a bloodbath formed on the battlefield. The flag was designed by taking inspiration from the additional star reflected in the night sky. The Turkish flag was first accepted as the official flag in 1793. When the Turkish flag was first drawn, its star was 8-pointed. Sultan Abdülmecid I decided in 1842 that the star should be 5-pointed, and thus the Turkish flag took its final form. The color of the Turkish flag is very important because no Turkish flag calls it a red flag, Al-Bayraktar Ruz. It is known that Turkmen tribes wear red berries. The color red holds sacred for the Turks. For example, we do not call it red blood. We are in Alkan. Bayraktar is very important for every nation because it symbolizes their freedom. So, which is our favorite flag? I will say fixed. Write to us your favorite flag design outside of your own country below. Write to us your favorite flag and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.